Hey guys! Long story short, I went to BEA last week and I got an absurd amount of books. I went to BEA this year with the mindset that I was going to be very selective, but the next thing I knew, books were piling and piling and piling, and I ended up bringing home more books than I expected to. But that's okay because I love books. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the books that I received at Book Expo America. But first, I'm going to start off by showing you guys the Booksplosion Book of the Month. And that is... Woo! I almost just took off my head with a book. Off the Page by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer, and this month we're working alongside Penguin Random House, and this book is about a prince who is taken off the pages of a fairy tale and is put into the real world. It sounds a lot like the Disney movie Enchanted, which I was a huge fan of. It sounds like it's gonna be adventurous and a little bit romantic. This is a companion to the novel Between the Pages, but it's also a standalone. You do not have to read between the pages to read this book, which is what I'm doing. I'm not reading between the pages before I dive into this one. The overall format of this book is awesome as well. There's different colored text and there's pictures, but not only that, there is a YouTube channel dedicated to this book. It's going to add such a fun element to this reading experience to have this sort of web series channel to go along with this book. I will annotate this book right here so you can click and go check out that YouTube channel, and I will also leave a link to it in the down bar. It's just super awesome. It's really well made too, like the videos are just really professional, so I'm really looking forward to having that on the side as I read this book. We'll be having a live show for this book on July 2nd, which is a Wednesday, changing things up here, and that's going to be taking place on Poland Bananas Books channel, so if you are interested, definitely go check out this book, pick it up, and join us for this read along. I will leave more information in the down bar. So now I'm going to dive into the actual Book Expo America haul, and let me tell you, there's a lot of books. There is a lot of books. I did not mean for this to happen, it just happened. So I'm not going to spend too much time on each book because there's a lot of books, but I'm going to break it down for you quickly, so let's do this thing. The first book we have here is ILLUMINAE by AMIE KAUFMAN and KRISTOFF, and guys, this is an arc. This is a hardback arc. This is the most beautiful arc I've ever seen. It's basically a finished copy of the book. I'm really intrigued by this book because there's so many graphic elements inside, and it just has me interested to see what this book is all about. But that's the thing, I have no idea what this book is about. And this is one of those books that I'm not going to want to know too much about going into it. I just want to dive in and see what it's all about and have a good old time. But I'm really interested to see what this book is about, and also the hardback is really interesting as well. Like, they put a lot of work into this arc. It's basically a finished copy. Not only does this wrap around your book, but it also works as a camera filter. See? See? You can see me through the filter. Then I picked up Zeros by Scott Westerfeld, Margo LANAGAN, and DEBORAH Biancotti. I probably just mispronounced those names, as I do, but this book is about a group of superheroes that have superpowers that suck. I haven't read a Scott Westerfeld book in a while, so I'm really excited to pick this book up. Then I got Curiosity House, The Shrunken Head by Lauren Oliver and H.C. Chester, and all I know about this book is that we follow some orphans who have these like strange abilities, and this shrunken head that's in a museum is stolen, and so these orphans with these strange abilities go after it. I've never read any of Lauren Oliver's middle grade books. I've read several of her young adult novels. I have kind of mixed feelings about her young adult books, but this one has me intrigued, and it sounds like it's going to be like a whimsical, fun little book. Then I got Never Always Sometimes by Adi ALSAID, and I read Let's Get Lost by him, and I had kind of mixed feelings about that book, but I still wanted to give him another try, so I was really excited to pick this title up. Basically, this is about two best friends who make a list of cliches that they say they will never do, and then one day they get really bored, and so they decide to complete the list of cliches. And I'm pretty sure that we've got a little bit of a romance that may or may not take place within this book. Ooh, ah. Then I got a book that is one of my most anticipated releases of 2015. After I read The Iron Trial by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare, and that ending, I just had to have the second book, so we went up to Scholastic and we just asked if they had the Copper Gauntlet, and they did, and I got the Copper Gauntlet, and I'm so excited that I have this book. Like, it's unreal that I actually have this. Last year we had to wait in a line to get to The Iron Trial, and this year all we had to do was go up and ask, and they're like, yo, take it, just take it. So I took it, and now I have it, and I'm so pumped about this book. Then I got another book that I was really excited for, and I actually ran for this arc. I never thought that I would be one of those people that ran to get to a booth to get a book, but I have become that person. And that book is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. But here's the thing, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to read this book before its release because of the fact that this book is not heavily edited, and I know that she's already made tons of changes, and so I'm afraid that if I read this book, it's just going to be completely different than the finished copy. So I might wait it out and just wait till the finished copy is released. But I'm still happy that I got this, and I got to see Alex, and she signed this book for me, which is awesome. It says, "For Jesse, history is only the beginning." Then I picked up Kill the Boy Band by GOLDY MOLDAVSKY, and this book just sounds hilarious. It's about this boy band by the name of the Ruperts, and each boy in the band is named Rupert, and one of them is kidnapped by a fangirl. It just sounds hilarious and strange, and I'm really excited to see what this title is all about. The next book I have is ALEON, I think that's how you say it, The Martian Girl, Part 1 by BRENT LEVASSEUR, and this author actually came up to me and handed me his book, and he also gave me a tote bag, which was really nice of him. And I believe that this is a middle grade book about an alien, I'm guessing. Like, that's just what I'm getting off of the cover here. I haven't done much research, but there's pictures inside of it, and I think it's going to be a fun little adventure, so I'm happy that I have this. Then I got The Nest by Kenneth Opel, and I actually wasn't expecting to get this at BEA, but when I saw it there, I had to have it because I really enjoyed The Boundless by him. I read it earlier this year, and I just found it to be such a fun, exciting story, and so when I saw this, I just had to have it. But also, it's illustrated by John Klassen, who is one of my all-time favorite illustrators. He is amazing. He did The Dark with Lemony Snicket, and it was brilliant, and so I'm really excited to see that these two people came together to collaborate on this project. This book just sounds really dark. It's about this little boy whose little brother is sick, and one night he has a dream, and in this dream there's this wasp queen, and he makes a deal with the wasp queen in order to heal his brother, and I think it ends up being this really big mistake, and he shouldn't have made a deal with this wasp. I don't know, it just sounds really dark, and I'm really happy that I got my hands on this. I also got to see Kenneth Opel speak at a lunch, and that was a really cool experience. Then I got Pop Sonnets by ERIK DIDRIKSEN, and this book is hilarious. He basically takes all these different pop songs, rock songs, really popular songs, and turns them into Shakespearean sonnets. He takes songs from like Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Green Day, The Beatles, Bruno Mars, Katy Perry, all these different artists. It's really interesting seeing how he takes all these popular pop songs and like turns them into Shakespearean sonnets. Then I got It Came From Ohio, My Life as a Writer by R.L. Stine, and I actually got the chance to meet R.L. Stine. We went to this like scholastic breakfast thing, and he was just there, and he just came up and started talking to us, and he's just a really nice guy. I wasn't expecting to get the chance to talk to him. It was so strange and just such a bizarre experience because I've read so many of his titles growing up, all the Goosebumps books, and it was just a weird experience getting just to like have a casual conversation with R.L. Stine. But this book is just about his life and also about his life as a writer, and there's lots of cool pictures and like comics and things, and I think it's going to be a really easy and fast read. Then I picked up a title that I didn't even know I was excited for because I didn't even know that this book was a thing, but when I found out it was a thing, I had to have it, and that is Warren the 13th and the All-Seeing Eye. And this book is illustrated by the same illustrator that designed A Darker Shade of Magic, like that beautiful cover. He illustrated this book. What even? I'm so excited for this book. Unfortunately, it's not all the way finished. There's only illustrations on the first like 25 pages or so, and the rest of it isn't fully illustrated yet, but I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on a finished copy of this book because I just know it's going to be a beautiful book. Like, the illustrations that are just in the front are stunning, and so I can't wait for this. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Then I got my hands on, wow, The Marvels by Brian SELZNIK, and oh my Lanta, this book is freaking heavy. I could just work out with this book. Yup, I can already feel my muscles getting bigger. Brian SELZNIK is also the author of The Invention of Hugo Cabret and also Wonderstruck, and this is his latest title, The Marvels. He's also written tons of other books, but this book is beautiful. It's stunning. It's just as beautiful as The Invention of Hugo Cabret. I have yet to read Wonderstruck, but I'm sure it's just as beautiful as that as well. There's like a huge chunk of just amazing illustrations, and I also got the chance to do an interview with Brian SELZNIK for PBS, which is awesome. So if you guys want to see that, I will leave a link down below to that interview. It was a lot of fun. He's an amazing person, and it was just really cool getting the chance to talk with him for a little bit. Then I picked up this preview of Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, only to realize that, you know, I haven't finished The Infernal Devices, and I haven't finished the Mortal Instrument series, so I can't read this. Like, I can't read this preview. It probably will spoil things, and I can't read that. I can't do it. So until I finish those 2 series, this will just be sitting there waiting for me. Adam Silveira, author of More Happy Than Not, came up to me and we chatted for a little bit, and he had this extra copy of Black Widow by Margaret Stohl, which is a title that I've been interested in, but I just didn't get the chance to pick it up for myself, and he was like, here, just take it. So I took it, and now I have it. Then I got Soundless by Rochelle Mead, and this book is actually signed. Ooh, look at that signature. This will be my first Rochelle Mead read. I haven't been too interested in her other titles, but this one has me really intrigued. We follow this girl who lives in a village where there is just no sound. A zip line carries food into this village to take care of them, and one day it stops bringing food, and also one day a girl is able to hear, and she must find a way to help her village survive. Then I picked up Everything by Nicola Yoon. We actually weren't sure if we were gonna get this book because we went to her signing and it had ended up being cut off. And so we just went up to the lady and we're like, is there any way that you could hand us some ARCs? And she's like, yeah, sure. So she went and grabbed some ARCs and gave them to us, and I'm so happy about that because this is a book that I've had my eye on and I really wanted it. Basically, this is about a girl who is allergic to everything, and so she's unable to leave her house or anything, and one day she catches the eye of her neighbor and she begins to fall in love with him. I've heard just so many amazing things about this book. I think Raylene really enjoyed this one, and so I really want to pick it up and read it really soon, so it's probably gonna happen. Then I went to a signing for Carrie Ryan's Daughter of Deep Silence, and I didn't know anything about this book, but it has the description style that I really like it's just straight to the point. It reads, I'm the daughter of murdered parents, I am the friend of a dead girl, I am the lover of my enemy, and I will have my revenge. That description has me wanting to read this book, and I also got it signed, which is really cool. It just says, for Jessie, Carrie Ryan. Then I went to the Sarah Rash signing for Snow Like Ashes, and this is actually a book that I've really been wanting to get my hands on because I haven't heard too much about this one on BookTube, but I've seen a lot of great reviews on like Tumblr and Goodreads, so I really wanted to get my hands on this, and I did, and she signed it. It says, Jessie, let it snow, and then she signed it down below. This is about a kingdom of winter that has been conquered, and a warrior that rises up to save it. This also has a great, straight to the point description on the back here. A heartbroken girl, a fierce warrior, a hero in the making. Can Mira save a world she's never truly known? Ooh, can she? Will she? We shall see. Then I got a book from a booktuber who wrote this book, and that is Progeny of Gods by Jeffrey Storm, and this is his book that he self-published. I don't want to read the description because I just kind of want to dive into this book, but something that I find really interesting about this book is that there's no title on the front. As you can see that, there's no title at all. It's on the side. That's all you get. So it's just this beautiful image. That's all you have to go by, which is awesome. I find this to be just a very unique cover, but I'm really looking forward to reading this book at some point. Then I got this preview booklet of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the illustrated edition, and oh my goodness, it's beautiful. I cannot wait for these full editions to be released because I need them in my life. They are stunning, and I cannot wait to have them in my hands and to relive the Harry Potter stories over again. So those are all the books I got. Now I'm going to show you guys some of the comics that I picked up there because there was just booths full of comics, and I didn't even know that that was a thing at BEA. Like, I don't remember that being there last year, so I was really excited when I saw these different booths with comic books, and so I just picked up quite a few. The first one I picked up is Saga, which everybody and their brother talks about. I haven't read yet. Mind the Gap, which I haven't heard anything about. We've got Pretty Deadly, which I have heard some mixed things about. Got Kill the Giants, haven't heard anything about this one. The Witches, I've heard amazing things about this one, and I'm really excited about this one. Then I picked up The Woods Volume 2. I actually bought the first volume a month or so ago. I just haven't hauled it yet, and so now I have Volume 2 to read after I finish Volume 1. So those are all the books and comic books that I picked up at BEA. As you can see, it's an overwhelming amount, but that's okay because I'm really excited about all those books. I also just wanted to show you guys some of the things that I received at BookCon from some of my viewers because it was just so nice. It was so great meeting so many of you, by the way, and I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who came out to the BookCon panel because it was amazing. And to those who waited afterwards at the meetup, which was just a complete mess, thank you so much. It was so great meeting so many of you, and I'm just happy that I had that experience and I was able to meet so many of you, so thank you guys so much. But first off, I'm going to show you guys this little puppy that one of my viewers got me because he knows that I love puppies, and I also love huskies. I really wish that I had a husky, but this will just have to do. And then this girl named Madison made me this awesome bookmark. It's got a picture of me up here, and it's got several of my favorite books down here. We've got Harry Potter, Miss Peregrine's, Hollow City, Legend, so just some of my favorite books, which is awesome. I love this bookmark so much. I'm definitely going to be using this in my books. And then Arthur from Chapter Select did this amazing speed watercolor video of me, and it's amazing. And he gave me the picture at BookCon, and it's just amazing. Like, I am still just like so blown away by how awesome this picture is. I will leave a link down below to his video where he does this awesome watercolor picture of me. Definitely go check that out because it's awesome, and this is just amazing. So yeah, that's my book haul from BEA. Got a lot of books. I need to go buy more bookshelves. It's a thing that needs to happen soon because my shelves are getting clogged and I need more space. So thanks for watching, guys. You guys should let me know down below what book I should start first, because clearly I've got a lot of options and I need some guidance. So give me some guidance down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon with a new video. Later. And I got an assert. Whoo, catch your breath, bro. Sweating up in here. I need to stop saying intrigued. Brian SELZNICK is also